about nursing is it's a hands-on profession, and so is an interactive iBook. So nurses can actually roll up their sleeves and dive in and have the information there. We're using the technology to create an interactive space so that every part of the information just bounces out at people. So there's often an "ah" response when people see it for the first time.
I'm hoping to give a tool to students here at the University of Melbourne that allow them to practice more focused and more efficiently with better outcomes. Intonation Pro is an app that aims to identify where a musician's weaknesses are in terms of pitch and work on them through playing with the app and listening to the app play for you proper intonation.
It gives you such a wide range of ability to present material to students, highlight the important areas, take out particular parts of graphs that you don't want them to look at. The technology is so quick to respond now, which it wasn't earlier.
The idea of the kits is a really novel implementation of current technology. Do-it-yourself kits for the students and research postgraduate students, so they can actually use these kits to gather data and do analysis of different parts of food science, plant science, etc. You don't only teach the students the specific aim of the kit, you teach them a little bit of mathematics, a little bit of physics, a little bit of programming, electronics.
When my mother was in hospital, the nurses there tried to get her out of bed and she turned diaphoretic and was about to faint. And so I said, lie her back down. So they lied her back down and took the blood pressure while she was lying down. But it was fine, she had to sit up before they noticed it would change. And it occurred to me then that there's this real gap between theory and practice, and talking to our colleagues, it was about how to link that together. Traditionally, the practice is a really interesting way to learn. We have simulation labs, pretend hospitals, all those kinds of things. And the theory has often felt very flat. We've been using an iBook to really highlight and make it an interactive space as well, so that both the theory and the practice become really enriched learning environments.
The basic idea is to do inexpensive kits that they cost no more than $500, so we can produce them in series and send them to the students through the mail, or they can use it in classes as well. One of the kits is attaching sensors to current multicopter technology that is available, so they don't cost more than $300. And the students, they can attach all these sensors that they cost $25, and they can gather data, for example, in a crop.
Nowadays, we've got almost an infinite variety of things that you can use to emphasise for students. It's a really good way of being able to jump from one thing to another. If you're, say, comparing two different graphs, you can superimpose one on top of the other, take one out, take parts of one out. It's really hard to do if you're doing it on the board.
Intonation is what one might call playing in tune or out of tune. Basically, it's the fine-tuning of a pitch, not playing the right notes, it's playing the notes in the right way. We don't have a very good way of teaching this currently. For years, the way that students have learned how to play in tune is through mimicry, listening to a teacher, listening to a professional, copying that and striving for the same thing. Everybody's carrying around pretty powerful computers in their pockets, just with their smartphones. And I thought to myself, these would be wonderful tools in the practice room. There's a huge market for this, not necessarily a financial market, but just a need for it, and there's a hole that needs to be filled.